Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, and we back at it like a bad habit. This is Ron Review and React, and we back here with another review. Get ready for it today. We gonna do something a little bit different, and before I start this review, I'm gonna tell you, click that like button, click that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of content that I'm interested in, and hopefully you guys are too. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. There will be a link in the description box below. Now, today, that being said, today, we are going to be reviewing Dave Chappelle's The Closer. This is his 5th or 6th installment in his Netflix arrangement / deal / he got the bag. Now, grading this as another entry into a body of work is going to be a little bit different because you're grading him against himself. And doing that, let's start off with the cons. The cons. If you're going in this looking for haymaker after haymaker, and I'm a battle rap fan. When I say haymaker, haymaker shake the room. You got punches that are, yo, that's witty lines. Yo, I'm thinking about that. Yo, that's dope. That was good. And then you got haymakers that shake the room. With this one, there's not as many haymakers. Like, I'm shaking the building with this joke. There's not that many haymakers. So if you're going into this thinking there's going to be tons of haymakers, to me, this ain't the one. That's just haymaker after haymaker after haymaker. Another con is, now, if you're looking at this review or listening to it, you're probably a Dave Chappelle fan. So you're familiar with his type of material, and you're familiar with, he don't toes the line, he crosses that thing. The line right here, he over here, he crossing it. That's what he do. That's how he is. That's how he act. This one, he goes kind of deep into some things. And some might think of it as he's crossing the line or being offensive or this, that, and the third. But I'm hoping you guys are all familiar with his material and you won't hold into that, but I do have to have a disclaimer. He might offend you. But if you're a fan of Dave Chappelle, you should be used to it. Now, surprisingly, that is all the cons that I really have for it. Right now, off of maybe 1.5, 2 viewings, that's all the cons that I have. Let's get into the pros. This one is epic. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm a big fan of Dave Chappelle. I'm a big fan of Chris Rock. I'm a fan of Paul Moody's material. He wrote a lot of stuff. Richard Pryor's great as well. But I like layered jokes. Jokes that aren't your just normal run-of-the-mill jokes. Jokes that are funny at first, but then once they sit and resonate on your brain, once you sit on that egg, let that egg hatch, it comes hilarious and deep. And you learn something for it. That's the type of jokes that I'm generally more catered to. And my ears are more adept to that kind of style of humor. Sometimes it's dry, but layered. This is epic, and it has a lot of those. Like I gave the similar analogy with the haymakers and the punchlines. Where it doesn't have a lot of haymakers, Dave is punching like Floyd Mayweather. He is punching. He is jabbing. This one probably has a lot more punches than the other 5 to 4 in his trilogy, or 5 to 4 in this series of comedies. Sorry about that. He has a lot of punches. He is punching, and they are layered punches. They're punches that make you think on both sides. Another thing that he does is, well, if you're Dave Chappelle, you know his strength. Like, if he was a Madden character, and you have like punchlines, haymakers, as attributes, you have voices, impressions, delivery. His delivery attribute would literally be at 100. Like, he has a rare ability to deliver jokes in a way that if somebody else said it, it would come off dry. He says it with his delivery, his buildup, the layers that he puts into it. His delivery sells every single bit of that. His strength is his delivery. And if you're going into this and you are keen to joke delivery and that's what you're looking for, it is there in abundance. Another thing he does well, and I mentioned it, his jokes are layered. And he does it in a way to, whether you agree with this side of a joke or that side of a joke, whichever side you're on, it's layered to where either side you're on, you're going to find it as, if not funny, it'll open your eyes up to the other side. But it is layered. His jokes are layered. And if that's what you're expecting from him, guess what? You're going to get it. 100%. You're going to get those layered jokes well delivered. The jokes that he picked are very topical, but it falls in line with the series of stand-ups that he's delivered to Netflix thus far. Very topical, very layered, deliveries outstanding. To me, as the finality of 4 to 5 other bodies of work, as the finale, I think the finale holds up outstandingly. And it bookends a good series, a solid series of stand-up comedy from Dave Chappelle. I would have to give this, if I was going to rate it out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. It was, on first viewing, it was very good. I would like to see how this ages. But with Dave Chappelle, one other strength or attributes that you could attribute to Dave Chappelle, his jokes age very well. You don't have to worry about his jokes aging badly. They all age really well because they're topical and they can always take your brain back to that date and time. Rather than coming off-putting, he has a way of bringing his jokes around to where they stay topical and relevant. So I would have to give this a 9.5 out of 10. It was outstanding and an outstanding finale to his body of work, me personally. But anyway, this has been another episode, series, installment, chapter, release of content. This has been me. One more time, Ron Review React. Once again, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share this on Facebook and all your social media platforms. We building something over here, and I want to take you along with the journey.